They're trying to save their company money, which is probably part of their job. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a bargain. If they've got you in here and they've interviewed you and you are now at the point where you are talking about money with these people, you are valuable because you got yourself in that door. You did that. You did that through your effort. You're so interesting that they're sitting here talking to you. And I'm not trying to, to hype people up too much, but I'm just saying, like, you have value, you have equal value to somebody else that they would hire to do that job. Why? Because if they give it to you, then that's true. So do not let people lowball you. You are worth the same amount as anybody else who they would have hired for that job. It doesn't matter if you need to learn. It doesn't matter if you're new at it. It doesn't matter if you don't have the degree. It doesn't matter if you don't have experience. You'll learn. That's why you're there. So you need to make sure that when you go in, you know how much you're worth.
Yep, absolutely. And maybe, know how much you're worth, and then just having a number that you're okay with getting, and then stick to that number. If
if it's lower, then walk.
If they don't meet it, leave. Or, or what happens a lot of times too, if it's an okay offer, especially if you're not employed, you could just take the job as well. You could take the job and then continue to keep looking for jobs.
And then leverage it into a better offer.
Right.
People do that all the time.
That is definitely something that we see happen all the time. Take the job, learn. Unfortunately, maybe you got to get a second job, support your family, do whatever you got to do, but at least take the time to learn. This is all just to say that, like, it happens we hear it all the time, is that I don't have a degree, so I took less money, or they offered me this, so I just took it. Okay, I mean, whatever, at least you got a job. But if you're in that room and it says that they're going to pay the person that has all of these requirements, they're going to pay him X amount of dollars. And then but then the hiring manager sits you down and said, look, I would pay this person that fits 100% of this X amount of dollars. For you, we're willing to hire you, but you only fit 50% of this. So I'm going to say that that's X divided by 2. You know what I mean? So instead of $100,000 a year or whatever, I'm going to pay you $50,000 a year or $70,000, right? And then it's up to you to know if it's the right situation for you.
Right. At what point, and that is going to depend on your goal, which is it employment? Is it to learn? Because those are different. If your goal is to learn and get experience and you're willing to take a pay cut in order to get that professional experience, because it is better to get it through employment than it is to get it through education. Like, go to the business and work and you'll learn. It's also the best way for you to jump into a higher paying job because people make money when they move companies.
Generally speaking.
Yeah. Not always, but most of the time.
Generally speaking, company hopping is how you increase your salary, generally speaking. Because for the most part, at the vast majority of companies, if you stay with a company for years and years and years, which is the old school way, if you stay at the company for years and years and years, you're going to get your standard 3% inflation increase a year. Very standard. Like, that's super duper standard. And that's old school. You sit around you stay in your office and you do good work, and maybe you don't move up, maybe you do. But if you don't move up, you're still going to get your 3% extra a year. At the end of 40 years, you're going to get your golden watch or golden bracelet or whatever. And but if you want to start making large movements in your money, if you want to make large increases in your income potential, usually it's leveraging what you've already learned and then going to another company and doing the same thing or doing something different.